Righty ho everybody, ECD here. It is Saturday, August the 6th, I believe. Let me look. Yep, it is. And I'm here with an update. Yes, I know it hasn't been all that long ago, but I decided I'm going to try and do updates a little bit more often, although after this one, realistically for the next month, my life is even more insanely busy, and so but I am going to try because I think it keeps me accountable when I have to do these videos. At least it did when I was doing them more regularly. And I have finally, I think, turned that corner to get my ass back in gear and lose the rest of this weight. I know I did my 1 year update and I wasn't, hadn't really gained much, but wasn't losing anymore and sort of had been holding there, and so I'm back in the game, guys. So let me tell you about that. So when I posted my last video, I think it was the 26th of July, I was at 202 pounds, which was up a few pounds from sort of my lowest weight of 198. I had dipped down to 192 for a couple of weeks, but really had mostly been around the 198 point. So I wasn't too freaked out about 202, and I've sort of, gone up and down. The heaviest I've ever been is 212. Well, what happened was last weekend on Sunday I stepped on the scale and I was 208.5 pounds. And I said, that's it, I'm done. I'm not going any higher than that. And I went out and I bought the P90X routine, and I started it on Monday morning, and I have been doing it faithfully, and every muscle in my body hurts, including ones that I didn't know were there. Actually, today I'm not doing too bad. I went for a massage last night and I'm feeling better. So, so as of this morning, from Monday's weight of 208.5, this morning I am at 204.5, down 4 pounds since Monday. Yay! Anyways, I'm not going to weigh myself normally that often. I will go to my once a week weights. And I think I will return to Wednesday weigh-ins because that was always my weigh-in date. But just wanted to let you guys know where that's at. So I've been doing it. My form certainly is not perfect or pretty some of the time. But I'm really surprised. I'm stronger than I thought I was. Like I actually can do the majority of the moves. Now there's a few of the advanced ones that I can't do, but really I'm doing not too bad. And like I said, there's much room for improvement, but that will come in time, right? So I'm quite excited. Today was supposed to be Campo Day. I didn't do it today because I have been doing a 5K walk on Saturday mornings when I can with a friend. When one of my friends is available, her and I go and walk the park and around the lake here, and so and we go at a good clip. I mean, when we get done, I'm sweating hard, and we go at a good clip. So I did that, and I'll see, maybe later tonight I will still do the Campo, but I'll probably just do that tomorrow and count this as my break day. With the P90X, there is a 1 day break, so you do 6 days, and then you have 1 day of, you can do stretching or just take a break. So maybe I'll count today as my break day and just do the Campo tomorrow. But yeah, it's going good, and I'm liking it. I'm actually surprised. I'm more flexible. The yoga surprised me and stuff. So that's where I'm at. I'm getting back on this crazy train ride and getting to my goal by the end of this year. And I don't know exactly what my goal will be. Somewhere around the 150, 160 mark, and we'll see as I go. As I get closer to those numbers, we'll decide what I'm happy at, right? I'm going to let my body tell me. I am not going to be a slave to the actual numbers. And actually, at 5 foot 2 inches tall, that's still considered overweight. But I don't know that I would feel or look healthy lower than that. And part of that is because I've never been that low in my adult life. So we'll see. But that is what I'm shooting for, between 150 and 160. And, the last 9 months I needed to take. I've been doing a lot of emotional work. I talked about that a little bit in my last video. reasons that I wasn't losing weight, you know, sort of the emotional blocks, worrying about not being good enough if I reached my goal, because I still have some of those insecurities, not succeeding. And the loose skin has just really been an issue for me in this last couple of months. I mean, again, not enough that I will still wear the short sleeves and the tank tops and stuff, but it really bothers me. And a big part, I think, of not losing more weight was realizing that the more weight I lose, the more loose skin I'm going to have. But I just need to learn how to embrace that as well. You know, who knows, miracles happen. Maybe someday I'll have the cash to have plastics, but I'm not ready to do that anyways till I lose my weight. But this summer it's been an issue. The skin thing has been bothering me. In clothes, I like the way I look. Naked, I don't. So, oh well. And emotional eating. You know, stress that's been in my life in the last 9 months was a big part of it. But I'm working through that too. Work is always going to be stressful. Next week is going to be more stressful than ever. There's some stuff going on. However, we'll deal with it and move on, right? And this, like I said, this next month I've got stuff going on every weekend, so I'm not going to be able to work on the weekends, which is going to add to my stress at work and blah, 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 blah. Okay, no more bitching. What else have I done to move towards my goal now that I'm back in there? Well, there's a few things that had sort of sneaked back into my life that were bad habits. Grazing, emotional. So my carb intake was up. I was eating more breads. I was eating more crackers, snacking a lot more, and sugar. Like sugar had snuck back in. And I was never a big sugar fanatic, but it was like I was doing like a fudgicle here and there, or a muffin, or a whatever, right? And so this last week I have done no junk food at all. No junk food at all. I've also cut out the grazing. So I have my protein shake in the morning. I have a Luna bar for my mid-morning snack. I have lunch. In the afternoon, I've been having some sort of fruit and usually some Laughing Cow cheese and a cracker, or I have these Cavalier crackers that are like a whole grain type thing, something like that, or some cucumbers and tomatoes with some cheese or something like that. And then my supper, I try to be done eating by 7, and no evening eating, because that was a big thing for me too. I'd snuck back to eating in the evenings, right? Bad, bad, bad. So I am very proud to say that for the last week I have done none of that. I'm tracking my food so that I know what my caloric intake is and what my protein intake is. And I'm trying to stay around the 1,000, 1,200 mark. So when I come home from work, I figure out what my caloric intake has been and figure out what I can have for my evening meal, so that I don't go over that. And have I been hungry? Yeah, but again, as the days have gone on, it was more emotional hunger than actual hunger. So those are the things. And the other big thing is I had started to drink. I wasn't waiting the full 30 minutes before and after meal. And so I've gone back to make sure, and I'm chewing gum after a meal or something, so that, because that has been always one of my biggest challenges, because we always drank milk with our meals. I always drank with my meals. But I've gone back to trying really hard not to drink for 30 minutes before or 30 minutes after. And you know, once in a while I went out for lunch yesterday, and had a glass of wine. But mostly I have been timing so that I don't do that. So, you know, I'm feeling more optimistic than I have in a long time that I'm actually going to do this. Like I'm done screwing around. So I'm back in the game, guys. Back in the saddle again. Anyways, yeah. And you know, just a note on, I am, the loose skin bugs me and stuff, but let me tell you, I just want to reinforce that I am so grateful for where I am today, like how far I've come. And thank you, Rosemary and Miss Sally, for reminding me of that in the last week or two with a couple of your videos. We forget how far we've come. And I go back and I look at those beginning videos and I think, oh my gosh, that's a different person. Funny story about that. I lost my passport. I mentioned that in a couple of videos again. So I was applying for another one because I'm going to be in Nashville at the end of this month. Anybody in Nashville want to get together? Anyways, I am going to be in Nashville with a few people from work at the end of this month, so I need my passport. So I went and got the picture taken, dropped them out. And you know, I have never heard of anybody getting called to have their their guarantor or their references called. Well, my guarantor was called, and he said they asked her a lot of questions about what I looked like. And I realized in talking to Mom afterwards that it's probably because my original picture taken when I was at my heaviest is completely different than the one I've submitted for this reissuance of a passport, right? So she actually asked him about that. What does she look like? And Terry mentioned that I had lost a significant amount of weight, and yeah, so interesting. I thought I was a fake Denise trying to get a new passport, but I'm really me, honest. And other things that, you know, silly little things, like I'm really klutzy, guys. Like I do a lot of tripping over my own feet just walking down a hallway or a sidewalk. Well, before, when I would trip, I would just fall. Like I couldn't recover. I didn't have that ability. Partially because my balance and stuff was so off because my body was so misformed with being so overweight. Well, I still am doing the tripping. I still have not become, a graceful ballerina, but I recover. And I do it on heels. I do, so that's a silly thing, but a good thing. And being able to fit in small spaces, like going into a restaurant and worrying if you were going to fit between the chairs and stuff. I don't worry about that anymore because I fit through. Nobody has to get up, move their chair in or anything. I just scoot on by. Running with the kids, that was one of the things that made me realize I think I needed to up my intensity, is because the last time I was home it was raining. I was out walking with the kids. We were walking back to the farm, and it was about a quarter mile and it started to rain. So we ran, jogged. I mean, it wasn't a hard run, but a jog back to the farm about a quarter of a mile. And yeah, I was breathing a little hard, but I actually did it, and it didn't kill me, right? Like, so that's something I would never have been able to do. Or fitting, I was in the Emerge not long ago, about a month and a half ago, and I could fit on the gurney and have my hands at my side, right? So things like that, or when I went for my massage last night for my poor aching muscles, being able to lay on the massage table and not worry about my arms falling off the edge. I used to have to always put them across my tummy or chest, right, because the table wasn't wide enough for me to set them on the bed beside me. So life is good. I'm grateful for what I am. But as I said, I'm back. I'm back, and I'm getting there this time. In 2012, we'll see Anisi at her goal weight. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys all. I hope you're having a great weekend. I hope that you're having a marvelous day. Make a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.